And so I just want to say for our church, we as a church, we are not allowed not to care. And we've got to do what it takes to lean into seeing the Spirit begin to reunite what sin has divided. And so when we see stuff like that, it's a time to weep with those who weep. So today, that's the devotion. Like, what can we do to weep with those who weep and to raise our voice for the voiceless?
Do you mind if I apply that? Because like Jeremiah applied that to his blackness. Do you mind if I apply that to like our whiteness? Yeah. So I think one thing that you see is, kind of a concept that people are talking about now more than they have is the concept of white fragility. That whenever there's a racial conversation that comes up, it can be a tendency of people in my ethnic group to automatically feel like I'm being attacked. Yeah. As soon as this conversation begins, I'm being attacked because sins from America's past and present are being brought up that have been primarily perpetrated by, white culture. And so there's like that immediate thing that can rise up that's like, I need to shut down and defend.
I wish I would have aimed for a racially diverse church, even if it meant that our church stayed half its size. And people were really confused by that. Like, what do you mean?
The world was being more bold and courageous with its preaching than I was with mine at the points of conflict. So here's the decision I made. And some people in our church have even said this, like, man, I kind of noticed like somewhere around 2021, it just felt like something was different in you. And it's because I was repenting. And so once upon a time, there was a bit of a seeker time where I would sit down and write my sermon with what would a lost person think of this? And then if I'm being really honest, there was a little like, almost like a social justice era where I would sit down and I would have an imagined aggrieved group in my mind. And I would like, okay, what would that aggrieved group think about my sermon and reverse engineer from that? I'd been starving the sheep to try to attract some goats